Better turn that off. Howdy, howdy, howdy. Hey there, Miss Brenda. How are you doing, babe? Uh-oh. Did I mess up the thing? Greasy fingers. You're good now, or I'm good now? Hello there, Nancy. Yeah, I keep putting my finger over it, but I have grease from the chips. I wish I hadn't done that. Hang on a minute, guys. That is painful. Sorry. Hey, Glenn. How'd you know what it was, Brenda? Dang, that's painful. I don't usually eat with the bottom plate in because it hurts so bad when I get something under there. A crazy dog. We got a moth outbreak again from the food, and I just got a brand new bag, so I'm going to have to put that bag into the freezer. Ginger, lay down. So check out what I splurged and got. And go figure. I have to get my crocheting hooked onto them. This is a 2-inch soil blocker. And this is a micro soil blocker. I'm so excited. I can't wait to use them. I thought I would use them tomorrow, and I may still, but my daughter-in-law needs dirt. So leave it alone. Leave it alone and go lay down. I just got these in the mail. Or not in the mail. Just delivered from Amazon. These are going to be harder, I think. But I can't wait to try them. I may have to, well, I don't know. David can't use them either. Ginger! She's after something flying. I couldn't find the micro one. I wanted the micro one. Well, I lied. I didn't mean to lie. I found it. I found 2 of them. One company had the 2-inch and the micro for like, I want to say $90 or something like that. And maybe it was even more than that. I don't remember. And then there was this other company on Amazon that had the micro, but I wouldn't have got it for a long time away. And I said, oh no. So David found it while we were sitting here talking about it, and he ordered it for me. What a sweetie. Love my soil blocker. I got mine at a yard sale years ago. Oh, you lucky duck. Well, I know you didn't pay what I paid for it. But you know what? It'll pay for itself in one season. Because what I'm thinking is if I could get some plants made up, I could sell them. Oh, you're going to make me cry. Times 10 is what I paid for it. I believe it was about $30. I can't remember right offhand. But I have to say, I looked at them years ago. Trying to think of who was Pete from How to Grow. I mean, not How to Grow. He's down south. I can't pronounce his last name. Anyways, he was visiting this fella. I'm pretty sure it was Pete. No, maybe it was Justin Rhodes. You know, I can't remember. My memory sucks. Um, it was either Pete or Justin Rhodes, one of the two, who was visiting a fella that was growing a garden, a full on uh, um, garden in the front yard of several houses in South Florida. I want to say it was near Homestead. I'm not positive, but and he still does it now. Canonis, I think, is Pete's name. I can't remember. I can't remember saving my life right now. When I'm trying to think about it, I can't remember. But anyways, either Justin or Pete, one of the two, was doing an interview with this dude, and he was showing it, and they had a link to that actually sold them, and they were never. I couldn't find them anywhere else, and they were like really expensive. Hey, Barb, and I was like, So, anyways, um, I I finally found them. Hey, Patty, I finally found them and ordered it, and I can't wait to use it. I hope I like it. Now, I've seen several people use them, um, and do a really nice job. Now, you can put a you can put a thing in this, a square thing, and make these, and it comes the perfect size to put this once it's made and you grow it. It's made to put this little soil block inside that 2-inch block, which is really cool. But this guy, he travels between South Florida and I want to say Maine, but I'm not positive. Up north somewhere. He spends part of the year there and part of the year here. His mother lives down. I believe it's his mother lives down in wherever, Fort Pierce or Homestead or somewhere down in South Florida. And he grows all of his vegetables and stuff and sells them at the flea market. I saw the thumbnail and was glad you got one of those. I have one of those soil blockers and really like it for plant starts. I don't grow enough to warrant getting a smaller soil blocker though. Um, well, and I'll tell you one of the reasons why I really, really wanted it really badly, because the little one, because um I was totally blown away. Do you guys remember me putting the collard greens and the cabbage starts in the ground? Well, when I was in Georgia, somebody, I think there's 25 on here. No, there's 20. There's 20 blocks, but maybe it was 20 plants. I can't remember if it's 20 or 25 plants that I got for $5, and it was really awesome. and they were just the little blocks, and they were in a piece of paper, and it was so cool. Let's see what I'm missing here. By the way, there is a little bit of a learning curve for how moist the soil needs to be for it to work well. I'm going to be using coconut husk probably. Hello, Miss Linda. I'm not sure, Linda, but I there's a possibility. I don't know. I haven't made up my mind yet. I might be coming up Easter weekend. I don't know yet. Um, did Wilma bring you your stuff yet? Lord, I hope she did. Oh, thank you guys for all the thumbs up. I use coconut core with mine. Cool. Is it hard with that, or do you think I should? I mean, I've seen people use. See, I can't use this dirt here because it's nothing but sand. And when it dries out, it will be like hard as a rock. Wilma dropped it off Monday night, but I was not home. Oh, okay. Well, at least you got your stuff back. And my babies are all doing fantastic. Gotta say. I don't know if that one big one. I gotta plug. I gotta plug in, or else I'm gonna lose y'all. Oh, hallelujah! Made it. I like it. I get in a I like it. I get it in a compressed block that you add water to. Yes, that's what I've got. People I know who use them only use the soilless medium and not native soils, Kathy. Yep. Thank you, Nancy. They are. They're doing so good. So, and y'all know we feed ours a lot of um dumpster diving stuff, and they are eating it just as good as the big chickens do. And hopefully I'll be able to get my rabbits out of the coop with the mama and into their own coop. I'm going to make a run and take the baby chicks out of that and put them in the run. But I've got to get some more wire on there. And I want to put some chain link fence down on the ground so that the dogs can't dig. And I say dogs and raccoons and possums and whatever else to make cats, whatever may come in the yard. Yeah, and my garden is looking so good. Linda, that stuff that I bought, was you with me when I bought that stuff? No, 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 no. You were. I don't think you were with me. when I bought all the vegetables, and maybe you were. I know it took Deborah one day, but I think you were with me when I bought the vegetables, weren't you? They are doing fantastic and growing. Now I pulled off. I was with you. Cool. My memory is terrible. Um, I pulled off the bottom leaves of the tomatoes and planted them deeper because it helps them root better. And they've already grown quite a bit. It won't be long until I have to start clipping them to the wires. I got to keep my eyes on things though. Something is nibbling on the yellow tomatoes out there, and I don't know what it is. It's not nibbling the leaves, it's only nibbling the fruit. It might be a squirrel, but I would think it would take. It could be a bird, but I thought it would take more of it than just a few bites here and there, or a little hole here and there, I should say. Um, the collards, the collards, and the cabbage was the ones that I bought the very first time around. Hey, Linda, how are you doing, darling? Cool. I'm glad you made it. Um, and they are really looking good. I think David's having surgery next week on his hands. Poor thing, I feel so bad for him. I know he's going to be hurting. Of course, Nancy knows how that is. I don't know if any of the rest of you have had carpal tunnel surgery, but yeah, he's going to be pretty miserable. I don't know if they're. What I can't remember what hand he said they were going to do first. I have a few baby tomato plants now. Cool. I'm looking for some. I'm gonna go ahead and for some more tomato seeds. My tomato seeds, for some reason, didn't aren't doing that great whenever I grow them for seeds. I'm gonna do it, but I would like to try. I think I've got some Cherokee purple tomatoes. I want to grow those, and I can't wait to use this little soil blocker for making um, starts for um, bok choy and stuff like that. Tomorrow, um, like I said, I'm going to help my daughter-in-law, but the next job I'm going to do is clear out that bed over there that I planted all the ginger and stuff in, and I've got a beautiful piece of um, basil in there. So hopefully I won't pull that out like I pulled out the carrots. I've got to go out there and pick all those carrots before it gets too hot tomorrow too. I have loads of seeds, but no purple tomatoes. Wow, I don't care for those. I like really acidic tomatoes. I know it sounds crazy, doesn't it? But I like that tang. I like that flavor. I Those yellow tomatoes out there, they're good, but they are so sweet that it's just like I don't know, it's just too sweet for me. I like a little bit of acid to them. Hey Glenn, are you still in here? I want to know where I can get some Everglade tomatoes, and I'll bet you he knows where I can get them. Everglade tomatoes are little teeny tiny tomatoes, and once you get them started, they're pretty prolific. Like those tomatoes, they always pop up, you know? He must not be in here anymore. Oh well. I'll have to um, send him a text or something and ask him about it. Man, oh man, it's hot tonight. I wonder what the temperature is. I mean, I'm like almost ready to flash. It's so hot. 73. And it looks like it's dropping, but it's still warm in here. Muggy too. Hey Susie, how are you? Just about to go to bed early tonight and I saw you were on. Aw, thanks for coming in. I'm hoping for a lot of ground cherries this year. We hit 73 today. Yay. I bet you're excited about that. Our high was 56. Yuck. I want warm weather. Well, I gotta say, I don't know how I've done this because I feel like I'm flashing now. It could be because I'm y'all. I do stupid stuff. Today I ate a bagel for breakfast, and then I didn't eat nothing else until 6 o'clock tonight. And y'all know I'm supposed to eat every couple hours. My blood sugar went, scared me kind of. I felt really bad. And I have to say, y'all know I don't eat fancy stuff a lot, but well, maybe some people might think some of the food I eat's fancy, but anyways, can't afford big fancy stuff. Well, in that side of beef that I bought, there was some different cuts in there that I can't afford to buy. Well, I opened the freezer. I said I've got to have something different. I opened the freezer and I saw this cut of meat and it said filet. And I'm like, and it was only about that big, I guess. Well, I said, well, I guess I could eat this for a couple meals. So I thawed it out and I went to go cook it tonight for dinner. And they called me and asked me if I was coming over to sit with Virginia tonight. And I'm like, I didn't know nothing about it. I was not supposed to be, but I went ahead and went over there. So I took that with me. I thought it was one piece of meat. I thought we were going to split it. It was actually two beautiful pieces of meat. The best, the best piece of beef I've ever had. And and I like my steak medium rare. In fact, the rarer the better. Well, I overcooked this because it kept pushing. I mean, it was still, you know how you're supposed to be able to push, certain spots on your hand, and that's how much it's supposed to be. Well, I pushed it like that, and it wasn't getting any firmer. And I said, finally, I said, this is beautiful. I'm going to take it off. So I took it off. My mistake was I should have taken it out of the pan because my silly self left it in the pan. I think it kept cooking it. But it cooked it well done, and I enjoyed it. It was so good. And it wasn't tough. This is the best beef I've ever eaten. The cube steak I made, I've been making country fried steak with it. Oh my word, it is die for. Hi Donna. We are traveling from Maryland to upstate New York this weekend and attend the funeral of pastor who was instrumental in bringing Mick and I to the Lord back in 71. He will be missed. Aww. Well, I mean, that's a sad thing, but at least the best part about that, Susie, is where he's at. There's no doubt. And I'm going to tell you something. When somebody knows the Lord, their passing is so beautiful. I've never met anybody that knew the Lord that didn't have the most beautiful passing. Yep, take it out and put it on a plate and rest it before cutting into it. Yeah, I should have done that, but my brain dead itself. I was just like, oh, I'll just slide it up here and let it rest. Well, I should have let it rest on the plate. Prayers for safe travel for you and your family. Yes, I will definitely put that in my prayer list. I didn't get nothing. I didn't get my list ready. Sue and Mick traveling. Now I want you to see what this stupid thing wrote. It don't know hillbilly redneck. Look what it wrote. That's crazy. Ouch. Bandana Grandma is Susie. Or Sue. And Tinker's wife is Patty. So, I'm really, really, really wanting to go up and help Wilma plant her garden. But I don't know if I'm going to be able to, especially since David's having surgery. I might need to stay here because, and this will be the first year that I haven't gone up there in I think I've been up there the last 3 years. You're welcome, Donna. Don't just call me later for dinner. Just don't call me late for dinner. That's right. Don't call me late for dinner either. And I'll tell you, okay, I don't have a Costco thingy, so I've never been there. But Virginia's son keeps getting these delicious Danishes at Costco. There's comes 4 to a pack. 2 are cheese Danishes, and 2 are pecan strudel type Danish. Oh my word. It'll be cheaper for me to learn how to make them because I probably won't ever go to Costco and try to, you know, buy groceries there and stuff like that because number one, it's further away from me. Number two is it costs quite a bit for their membership thingy. And David and I he put me on his Sam's membership, and we spend enough that it pays for itself throughout the year. So we never have to pay for membership, and we love it. We love Sam's. So I probably won't ever get a Costco. But boy, I'm telling you, it's tempting for just that one thing. Those things are to die for. And they're this big around. I mean, they ain't no little wimpy thing either. I don't eat sweets, and I ate half one tonight. And I'm like, oh, I'm gonna die. I'm gonna go into a coma. I'm gonna die and go into a coma because this is so good. Too much sugar overload. So, I want to know, y'all, who all is starting their garden seeds and plants and stuff. And I have to admit, I meant to do it. I'm going to have to do it tomorrow or Friday because I've just ran out of time. But I will definitely get y'all's seeds out soon. I have some seedlings under lights in my kitchen counter, and I planted more in my greenhouse today. Good for you. Now, how are they going to get watered while you're gone? And how long are you been gone for the funeral? Well, you got another cold front coming in, don't you, Brenda? Just have tomatoes and peppers started now, but snow peas growing outside. Cool. So let me ask you, those of you guys that have got these things, um, is it better to start my starts um, for beans and stuff with these and then transplant them, or should I go ahead and start the beans and stuff in the ground? We leave Friday and come back Monday. I'll water them good and put some water in the trays under the cells. Okay, good deal. I never do beans as starts. Do those in the ground. Okay. I've never done them as starts. Well, I take that back. Last year I put some in cups and they did pretty well. Hmm. Always direct seed in the ground. Hey, Christy, how's it going, girlfriend? We have frost well into April and have had frost the first part of May. Oh my goodness. I was watching one of David's videos today. Um and I want to say, can't remember where he's at. Can't remember where he's at. Is he in Alabama maybe? He's north of me. Anyways, David the Good had a video out today that I watched that where he had covered some of his plants and he lost a few, and it's just sad. I can't. I you know I had a frost come back in, which we never have here. and took out my tomatoes. I I covered them with the great big trash cans, and they did fantastic the first time. The second time, they died. So let's see here. My tender plant, tomatoes, peppers, etc., can go into the garden on Mother's Day weekend. Maryland Zone A. Wow. We generally don't plant until outside until Mother's Day. Yes, we plan after Mother's Day too. Huh. They are calling for rain, snow, mix Friday and Saturday. Wow. I don't really do much till Mother's Day here. Mother's Day is contented that I can shame my 7 kids into helping. I love it. I love it. That's so funny. He started some herbs, but I need to repot them soon. I go by the soil temperatures for tomatoes, peppers, such 60 degrees minimum soil temps for those. Now, see, I'm going to tell you, be honest with you. Uh, I don't think anything's going to happen with these. Now, the collard greens will grow in warm weather and in cool weather, but I'm telling you, I don't think them cabbages that I got are going to do anything. And I put them underneath the tree in the front yard because I wanted to make sure that they were shaded and kept cool. But I don't think they'll ever do anything. If I lived where you do, I'd just plant tomato seeds outside directs too. My dad has started doing that, and they did well the last couple of years. I have new colored leaves growing on last year's collards right now. They taste good too. Yes. And probably because of the cool weather, they really, really love that. Um, Now, I had one, was it last year or the year before? I ended up popping the top of it off and it branched out and was doing really good. I don't remember it was last year or the year before. I'm pretty sure it was the year before. Anyways, I should have lettuce and radishes in the ground soon. Oh my goodness, my rabbits are loving those radishes that I allowed to get too big. I'm telling you, I planted a lot of radishes and they did really well. I'm going to have to plant some more. I don't know what is wrong with her. She just went and sat down. I should have lettuce and oh. Um Hey Anastasia. Uh I had some of the most beautiful red lettuce growing. Oh, I was so excited. One day. That's all it took was one day of 88 and they went burnt them clean up. So, I've got to get down in the next week or two and get me some some hoops to make covers. I should blanch and freeze those new colored leaves before the plants go to seed. Yep. Yes, you should. Um, my girlfriend Wilma literally cans her collard greens. She blanches them real good, and then she squashes them down into the jars as tight as possible without any water in there. And then she'll add some water, and they come out perfect every single time. All right, Patty, thanks for coming in. You do too, Christy. That's cool. I honestly think now y'all gonna think I'm crazy. Some people think I'm crazy when I say this. There's something about freezing certain things like spinach or stuff like that that I just don't like the flavor of it. But I'm telling you, them collards are good. Now I want to try, um, and I didn't do it this last year, but I want to try, like, oh, what is her name? 18, 1870s Homestead or something like that. Anyways, she canned some Malabar spinach, and I want to do that too. And I'm telling you, this year, I'm going to can, if I get the crop that I see on the flowers of this lychee, I am going to pull them dudes off there and I am going to can them up too in some simple syrup. And canned mustard greens. Yes, 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 yes. Yeah, I love mustard greens. I've got some growing back there, but they're going to seed. I'm going to try more shade gloss on the green on the garden this year. The two raised beds I did that two last year did really good. Oh, see, I want it for another reason too. I have so much trouble with squash bugs, and I'm thinking if I have netting over top of them, maybe I won't get squash bugs. But I've got to get busy because those uh those squash are already in the ground. I hate frozen peas. Yeah, I have canned collards with little smoky sausage and loved it. But I have since learned that it is not an approved canning procedure. Yes to pork, no to ham or sausage if you go by the book. But the flowers need pollinating, and netting might deter that. That's true. I don't know what to do. The squash bugs, I'm telling you, I got three or four squash last year and I had beautiful plants. They tore them up. They just they just killed them. And I was so disgruntled that I just wanted to scream because I had some beautiful plants starting out really big and beautiful, and but I'm going to be growing more herbs in my uh I had squash borers in Alabama. Yeah. Um sorry, my foot's itching. Um Planting later is supposed to help keep bugs down. I hate squash bugs. They are my arch enemy. Yeah, but see, Linda, right now it's really too late for me to be planting that kind of stuff because it's too hot. I get squash boars every year. So sad. I've tried all the home remedies. I might be tempted to inject BT as a last resort, but that is drastic. Yes, hey Julie, I've heard of people doing that. But my problem is, y'all remember I also raise bees. So I don't want to put anything that is going to affect my girls. I'll pick off as much as I can find, but I'll use 7 powder before I starve. Yep, I think squash bugs winter over into the soil anyway, so netting probably won't help. Oh, I didn't know that. I followed my grandma's recipe for canning 4 years ago. Finally got a Balbic. I still like my granny's best. I cover most of my raised beds with tulle. Yes, I I like that, but I just don't know. And I want to give my bees plenty to eat too. So I don't know what I'll do. But my thought process more than trying to keep bugs off of them is trying to keep the sun off of them. I want to get some shade cloth to put over them. I think BT only kills caterpillars, but DE will hurt bees. Yes, and I don't use DE outside anymore because of that. My dad says to put a board down next to the plant. The bugs go under there at night and then you can squash them in the morning. I think that will help. That's a great idea, Linda. I'll have to remember that. If the BT is injected into the stem instead of putting it on the leaves, flowers, I wonder if it would bother the bees. Well, I don't know. I would think that it would be kind of like if we get a shot injection in our vein, travels all over our whole body and it comes out somewheres. You know, I don't know. Not that a plant's exactly like ours, but it's similar. Perhaps for eternity said they have been wrapping sports wrap on squash stems to keep the borers out. Hmm. I don't know. And see, these bugs that got mine, and it wasn't just the bugs too. It was that mildew stuff, that powdery mildew. I think they got white leaves, and even though I cut the leaves off, they still, You can also use foil on the stems. Yes, that was my thought too. Systematic effort with injection, which is why it would be a drastic step. I just want to kill those flipping larvae in the stems. Yes. But, because of the cancer and everything, I've tried to go totally without any chemicals in my garden. So I don't even know how that would, um, how that chemical would react to us whenever we're eating it, you know? Yes, I've tried it all, even dug down under the earth to apply it extra low, extra high. They just go above it. Mm. When the boars got in my plants, immediately had powdery mildew. Huh. Yep, that's my concern too. Symptomatic effort going into fruit. Yes. Um. Now, I I did something in my garden that I did. I might have done it one time, just a little teeny bit since then, but this was like back in 2016 or 17 or something like that. I put pine shavings, the things that you use for bedding for animals and stuff like that. I put pine shavings all over the uh, ground underneath the plants. So I'm hoping that that also will help cut down some of that stuff because that was the best garden I ever had. Uh, just Google BT. Doesn't hurt bees, only caterpillars. It's a bacteria harmless to humans. This year I'm going to try to keep putting soil over base and stems of squash plants as they grow so they root more, thereby giving the plant more chance to survive if borers get some of it. Oh, I didn't know that they would root more. You just taught me something. I did not know that. I guess they're probably like tomatoes then. You know what? Y'all gonna think this is crazy, but y'all, when you cut your squash and stuff like that, do you feel like, I mean, I feel like I'm grabbing glass the way the stems are on them and the leaves. When I was cutting them last year, it's like they were cutting my fingers. My winter squash do better with rooting like that than summer squash. I've observed them rooting up the stem as they lay over in soil. Wow, they are prickly. Yes. I never knew that because I never pulled leaves off before. I always just pulled them up when they started going bad. Some plants I never was too active with. I just kind of like it grew. If it didn't, it didn't. And now I'm getting a little bit more testy. And this is why I'm excited about this thing because um I really want some good rows of bok choy and not spread so close together they're not getting adequate watering and stuff like that. I want them to grow nice and beautiful, and I'm hoping that this will work. And do you guys have any, like, how do I say this? Because y'all know I don't like chemicals. Um, do you think that this would be good or not? I have comfrey, and I was thinking about putting it into a blender, a food processor, and making it down to water, and then mixing it with water and using it for my starts. Do you guys think that's a good idea, or do you think that's a waste? Kind of like okra. Yes, okra tears me up too. But squash are my thing. Yes, I love squash. And your squash is always, always fantastic, Linda. A tour guide at Colonial Williamsburg told me to let my radish go to seed pods, that the colonial people cooked the pods and preferred them over the radish roots. Huh. Well, mine are going to seed now, but my rabbits are loving them. I mean, truly loving them. And I'll be honest with you, I like them. I like the roots when they're big like that just as well as the little ones. I like roasting them. They're very good. I can't remember if I tried them last year or not. I remember meaning to, but I don't know if I did or not. I might have not done it because I wanted to save all the seeds I could. Goodness gracious. Not sure about the computer. There is a chemical in unfinished compost that can keep seeds from germinating. Comfrey, stupid spell check. Christy, you weren't in here when I when I or were you in here whenever I put in prayer requests for Susie and Mick going to their funeral? I don't even know what it writ. I got a personal tour of the Williamsburg Kitchen Gardens, and she had lots of great information to share. Awesome. That is so awesome. Mm-mm-mm. I videoed it. It's on my channel. I will have to go over and check that out, Susie. I look forward to that. Um, I don't I don't my memory's not very good, but I don't remember if I told you. I remember telling on the on the live stream. Don't remember if you were on here or not. Um, you remember I was trying to find those beets um from the people that were next to you and that had given me a taste of milk, fresh cow's milk. Well, I got those beets and I actually planted some of them, but I'm going to have to replant them. And that's another thing I'm going to use those soil blockers for, because I think that will work better. Well, I would love to go there. I also want to see gardens at Monte Carlo. I am so glad you were able to track the beets down. Yeah, I want to grow them for fodder so bad. I mean, they were huge, huge beets, and even watching the video with Justin visiting there, they had some that were pulled up in the field, and they had them underneath a tarp or something. And I was so impressed with how big they were. And the animals just love them. So, and now that I know that the rabbits really love the radishes too, I'll continue to grow extra of those. I guess the radishes are so easy for me to grow. They just they just grow like crazy. I'd like to visit Jefferson's Gardens in Monticello too. That sounds cool. I love visiting different types of gardens and stuff. When my grandmother, my grandma Couch was alive years ago. Um, let's see, been over 30 years ago. Her and I started, which I was supposed to be there tonight, and my brain dead self did not go. I was supposed to go to the plant meeting. Anyways, the Rare Fruit Council has a plant meeting every third. This is the third Wednesday, isn't it? No, this is the fourth Wednesday. So I'd have gone down there for nothing. It's the third Wednesday of each month. And I wanted to go and join before they have their annual sale. But oh well. I need some more plants. I am addicted. What can I say? And now that I'm planting things in pots, I have to say I'm really loving it. Okay, thanks, Brenda. That's President Jefferson's Gardens near Charlottesville, Virginia. I'd like to go to Virginia. Um, all this talk of gardens makes me wish I could do a garden out here where I live in California. Our dirt is sand used for fields for huge amounts of cotton, corn, veggies, and orchards, but soil is bad now. Yep. Well, Donna, that's why we compost, most of us. Um, you there's a gal that I learned a lot from years ago. I started watching her. Oh man, that's hot. Um, I want to say she's near San Diego, but I'm not positive. Um, but she grows in. Hey, Teresa. Um, this area was a riverbed. That's one of the reasons I moved back east. The desert makes gardening impossible. Yeah. She literally plants in totes, and she uses all of her yard waste, all of her kitchen scraps, and all of that stuff. She puts that right in the totes and things that she's planting in. Hey, big dreams on tiny budget. How are you tonight? That's all right. Thanks for coming in. Um, Good night, Barb. Thanks for coming in, honey. Had to drive careful. All the compost and organic soil is full of weeds and mushrooms. Wired, weird things. I am up further north. Man, it's hot. No wonder the fan is on low. I'm going to have to put that fan up some higher because I'm burning up. It's probably partially heat of this computer too. Oh yeah, that's already better. So Anne Marie, are you going to be planting soon, or you still getting lots of? Are you going to plant seedlings, or what are you going to do gardening wise this year? You've got so much stuff you're doing already. Yeah, it has been a good chat, Teresa. Hugs back at you, Anne Marie. Aw, y'all spread the love around. Looky what I got, Teresa. Two sizes. I can't wait to use them. I don't know if I'll get to use them tomorrow or not. I can't plant a spring garden. Won't have well here until June. Aww. It's warmer here tonight. Even my cold natured self it may not have to turn on the heat. Wow. Oh, that's that planter thing, right? I used to have one of those. Yes, they're soil block makers. For the last 3 years, I have been fighting quack grass in my veggie beds. Another name is devil's grass, and it lives up to its name. Roots are invasive, strong, hard to pull, chokes out garden out vegetables. Yeah, I have crazy grasses in mine too. I've got to have a place to keep the chickens up. Yes, you do, Christy. Have you thought about making a hoop coop like mine? That was so easy. Um, well, it was easy because I had David help me, but I think I could have done it. It would have taken me longer, unfortunately. He's such a great help. I don't know what we're going to do when his hands are down because um, I guess I'm going to have to go back and forth and take care of his babies too. The hoop coop is that like the ones bobblehead does. I have no earthly idea, Anne Marie. I have I took 2 cattle panels and I made 2 sections and I brought them down on both ends and then up and into the thingy um, to make them a little bit higher. They don't need to be that high, but I like the fact that I can walk in there and I'm not hitting my head on anything. Now, if I were to do it again, I would probably spread it out further and bring the centerpiece up higher. We learn from our mistakes. Um, I just left like a I think mine's like 2.5 feet tall space that goes back and forth between their sleeping quarters and the other part. Well, when they lay an egg back there, it kind of is hard to get. So I usually try to get it from the outside and pull it over to the end, but the um, wire is hard to stick my fingers through sometimes, different spots. So that might work. I have 3 roosters. Don't want them to fight. It sounds like the one we built for Jeff. Super easy to build. He just covered with a tarp. Yep, I have tarps on top of mine too. I'm almost 6 foot. Need a tall one. Yeah, mine goes up really tall. If you look at any of my videos, you'll see how tall they are. Did you cover the panels with hardware cloth? Predators would get through chicken wire. Yes, I covered it with um some of it is done with a heavier gauge wire that came on a roll, and some of it is hardware cloth. Right now, they're just sleeping in an extra large dog kennel. Wow. Ours is just chicken wire, but it is doubled at the bottom. Yeah. 2 of the dogs sleep next to them. Yeah, see, even if the dogs are sleeping there and you don't have problems with the dogs getting there and the dogs are protecting them, I would say the cheapest way to go would be chicken wire. Even if you doubled it, would probably be cheaper than some of the wire to go over top of those hog panels, but or cattle panels, not hog panels. Hog panels are much shorter. But my girls love it, and because they're so sturdy, ah, my I've got bamboo across there, and that's what they sleep on, is the bamboo poles. So I'm really super sorry that I did not get on my live stream on Monday, and I'll explain why. Y'all need to pray for me because this is really difficult. Y'all know my mom has Alzheimer's, and it's getting worse and worse and worse and worse. And I need to get to bed. Grandkids come at 7 a.m. and tire me out. LOL. Have a great evening. You too, honey. And I will definitely be praying for you. And I need to know if anybody else needs any prayers. I'm sorry I'm late. I'll catch the replay. Aw, thanks, Susan. Um, so my mom, I brought her over here Monday thinking that we would go and get stuff to do her hair and all that kind of stuff, and we'd do her hair. Well, I knew I had color hair, but I couldn't remember what I did with it. So I went and got some more color. Tuesday I did her hair, but I'm telling you, where there's a will, there's a way. I could not find a brush. I don't know. I'm losing my mind. The Alzheimer's definitely wearing off onto me. Aw. Um, the Alzheimer's definitely wearing off on me because I'm going absolutely crazy too. But I was literally so emotional. I cried all day long Monday over her and the circumstances and stuff. And just being able to, I've got to have a conversation with a family member about my mom, and I am really struggling with this, and I just really need y'all's prayer. All right, Nancy. It is so hard. And Teresa, you know, because your mom's going through this stuff too. um, it literally. Now, see, my mom knew who I was the whole time, but then later on, I was told that she thought I was her niece, which didn't have to. Nobody had to tell me that. I mean, that was just another thing I feel like was to hurt me. So y'all really got to pray for me because I don't know where my heart's taking me. The devil is really after me. My mom needs the right roommate in the nursing home, and her new lift chair is already acting up. Oh no. Uh, We're listening on the phone while I'm making pizza. So can't see chat. Okay. Pizza sounds yummy. I understand that after going through it with Cindy. Prayers. Thank you, Christy. You've got my prayers. Shooting one up in a few minutes when I go to bed. Hugs to you, Kathy. Night. Thank you, Susie. I appreciate it. I will most definitely keep praying for you and your mom. Thank you. I appreciate that, Susan. and your mom and family. I wanted so badly to fix things for Cindy, but that was not possible and heartbreaking. Teresa called the company and have them check it out. That's for sure. Um, so y'all know I've dealt with a lot of Alzheimer's patients in my career in caregiving, and I had a long talk with my mom on Tuesday after we took her to the doctor, and I just explained to her, Mom, you know, you have the same disease that Aunt Joanne did, and I don't know if you're really ready to accept that. I don't know if you think we're crazy or what, but you know, Aunt Joanne didn't know that she was messed up in the head either. And she got mean, and I don't want to see you get mean. If people are being ugly to you, you need to tell them that they're being ugly to you, because if you don't do that now, you will always treat them with disrespect and be mean to them. I don't care how much you love them, you're going to be mean to them. And I don't want them to be mean to you ever. Good. I'm glad you're going to call them in the morning. You've only had it a week. Oh my goodness. Well, now, Teresa, it might be a bad connection if it's not plugged into the wall properly, or some of them actually have a connection in the chair for the wires to plug in. That might be not totally plugged in too. First, for you and Teresa, taking care of parents is definitely harder than raising kids. Yes, it is. It most definitely is. So, in this conversation, my mom was very receptive. We had a fantastic day on Tuesday, and I was almost late to my appointment later in the evening because I was doing her hair and I just lost track of time. Now, this is how silly I am. Oh my god, you guys are gonna just laugh. I looked this house over and over and over. We spent 3 hours looking for my mom's shirt and bra. When I colored her hair, she took it off to get in the shower. And I told her to put it aside because I was going to wash it for her because she had gotten color on it. I thought for sure that she had flushed it down the commode or something because we could not find it anywhere. And I'm like, it's got to be here somewhere. She didn't even get past me, but she's slick now, buddy. I'm going to tell you, she's slick. If she wants to do something, you ain't going to see it. So her and I both searched everywhere. Now, I almost never, ever, ever close the bathroom door. I have hooks on the back of the door in the bathroom, on the door and on the wall behind the door. And I put things on there sometimes, but I almost never, ever, ever use those hooks. My mom, I have hangers there to hang things on too. My mom picked up a hanger and hanged up her stuff and put her bra in there. And she says to me, now we never found it when she was here. I found it the next day. She says to me, Kathy, honey, you have to find that. That's my favorite bra. I said, oh God, Mom, I know what you're saying. I have a favorite bra too. I can't give up on this. So the next day I found it. I need to take it to her tomorrow. Oh, but I'm telling you, God's honest truth right now. I thought I was losing my mind. I said, Lord, am I getting as bad as Mom is? I mean, I searched this whole house. I searched from the back door to the front door. I even went out to the car and looked in the car to see if she had walked out. I said, and then after I looked in the car, I said, now, Catherine, how in the world is she going to get to the car naked? I'm just losing it. Oh. Let's see here. It is lifting up, but when it goes down, it makes a loud noise and won't recline back. Johnny says it's the motor. Oh no. Did you look in the refrigerator? No, I didn't look in the refrigerator. I'm hoping they will, Susan. So you hid it from yourself. She did. She actually hung it up on the back of the door. It's crazy. I have done the same thing too, Kathy. Oh dear, I'm always losing my bra these days. Good one, Christy. Perfectly logical place to hang clothes for a shower. Exactly. But me, no. I'm thinking, why isn't it on the counter? Why isn't it in here? I even looked in the box, in the tote with all the hair supplies and stuff like that I have. I looked in the dog food because the dog food is in the bathroom. I'm looking in the dog food to see if she crammed it down in the dog food. Honest to God, I was freaking out. That sounds like me, Anne Marie. I'm glad to hear that, Donna. At least I can give y'all a good laugh, right? I was blaming it on the dog for you, Kathy. I have to dine that. Oh, well, I have done that to Anne Marie. Well, I am making a video. My sister and I were washing dishes at my mom's. I watched my sister, but the plates in the refrigerator and the milk in the cabinet. Erin lost her bra on St. Patty's Day because she heard someone say, Erin, go braless. Who's going to get my silly joke? Oh. That's funny. It is funny. So I got a story to tell you. Years ago, I think I was probably in my 30s or something like that. One of my best friends, her name was Pam, and her son had to have heart surgery, and we had to keep him up all night long. I don't remember why we had to keep him up, but he had to have some kind of test. And we had to keep him up. So me and my daughter Linda and Becky and well, we had several people that spent the night there and we were having a blast. Well, I was so tired and I could no longer hold my eyes open. Well, I put all my clothes in a little pile, and I changed into my jammies and everything. The next morning I woke up and I couldn't find my bra anywhere. I want you to know my girlfriend put it in water and then put it in the freezer and froze it. Like, Pamela, you are crazy. I can't put this on now. She's laughing herself silly. She said, I didn't know it would stand up like that. You know, when you get a bunch of church people together, we do weird things. Yes, the first one that falls asleep always gets pranked. We have been having many night below freezing up here. I hope you're not leaving your bra outside, Linda. Oh, that sounds like something my friend of 42 years would have done to me. Yeah. Well, Pam and I, we we've been friends for since Becky was about 2 years old. We we met and started going. She'd come back from Bible school. Her husband went to Bible college, and they came back and moved back here, and we've been friends ever since. And that was probably, I think my Becky was born in, I don't even know how old my child is. I'm not good with, I've never been good with stuff like that. Let's see. Becky was born in 85. Y'all do the math. She was 2 years old when we met. Okay, now it's really time for me to go to bed. Good night, everybody, again. Good night. I missed what you said, Susan. You did put it long enough for me to read it. My friend and I were shelling peas, and I kept feeling something hit me. She was throwing them at me. 35 years. Thank you, Anne Marie. At least she didn't stick it in the mailbox. It wouldn't have gotten very far. Oh, let me pray real quick and then we can cut up more. Dear Heavenly Father, thank you for the time that we've had together, Lord. I pray, Lord, that you continue blessing this night. We've had a fun time here. And there's some things that's going on that we really need you to look after. Um, it's a blessing to be able to share the faith with so many folks, and um, I pray, Lord, that uh, uh, Susie and Mick's traveling is safe and sound, and that they good, actually great fellowship with the folks at the wedding and I mean the funeral. I'm sorry, Lord. You know my brain don't work. That the funeral turns out that they can be a witness there for somebody else that may need them, and and just thank you that they had somebody that could share Christ with them. And I pray, Lord, that you uh, take care of all of Nancy's issues, uh, health wise, financially wise, and uh, with everything that's been going on in her identity too. I pray, Lord, that you bless her and strengthen her and get that all worked out for her. And Lord, I lift up Teresa's mom. Lord of mercy, I'm telling you, you are so amazing at what you do to make our minds so brilliant. And it just, it amazes me that maybe where we're concerned about Alzheimer's or people with dementia or something, maybe it's your way of helping them cope with their illnesses or what could come to the end, Lord. I don't know why. I know there's a positive way to look at this, and I'm going to look at it as my mom is being blessed and she's going to be happy and not fret over things that would worry her sick about, um, if she knew it was coming to that time of her life, Lord. And thank you for giving me such a beautiful mom, and Teresa too. We both have really wonderful moms, and Teresa's mom's always been there for her and good strong Christian lady, and I just thank you that she's able to have been that strength in Teresa's life, Lord. And I pray, Lord, that she gets a good roommate and that her chair gets fixed and they don't have any problem with it and it's not something that can't be fixed right away, Lord. And Lord, I just pray that you bless my mom and let us enjoy her while we still got her. Let her not have to go through any painful struggles and stuff. And I know there are so many awful things that can go on. And I just pray that hers is sweet and happy and we don't have any struggles. That it just, rest of her time, she can be well taken care of and give her peace and love. And most of all, let us be able to process in a loving way the things that she says might not be nice to us. So, you know what we need, and you know our hearts, and you know how much we love her. So, I pray, Lord, that you bless us. Bless us all. Bless this country. I just I'm so blessed to be in a country where I can have the ability to have choices to be able to help my mom. I can't imagine living in a third world country where I can't find things to help her and strengthen her. So I just thank you for all that you do for me and allowing me to be born here and being able to have some wonderful abilities in my life, and thank you for teaching me about plants and animals and things that will help my health and hers too. And I ask these things in your precious sweet name. Amen. Let's see here. What did I miss? Oh, you're back, Miss Brenda. You missed it. You missed all the fun. We were talking about bras. All right. You have a great night, Anne Marie. Thanks for coming in. Thank you, Lord, for all these mamas having loving daughters. Give Kathy and Teresa strength. Oh, thank you, Christy. You're welcome, sweetheart. You know, Teresa, you and I are blessed. I know that it's hard for us to watch our moms go through what we're watching, but we are blessed beyond measure having good mamas. And that's what I want to always be for my children is good mama. All right, Anastasia, good night, sweetheart. Love you. Sweet dreams. I know. That's true, Brenda. Yep. It's hard to accept sometimes, but I just have to look at something positive cuz I'll be honest with you. Sometimes it's better, and if you think about it, I think sometimes it's better not to have that um mental capacity to know exactly what's going on. Because if something happens, you've forgotten about it the next day. All right, babe. I'm getting off here anyways. It's almost 11 o'clock, and I've got to go in the morning and help my daughter-in-law um plant her garden. I might even make some video of it. I don't know. We're gonna go and get some dirt in the morning, and well, first she's got they're doing my grandkids go to a Christian school, and they are having they're having chapel, and they're doing the awards for honor roll awards. And I'd like to be up there by 10 o'clock to do that with them, to see that. So I'm gonna go ahead and get off here. Sweet dreams, everybody. Thank you for coming in, and I hope that I gave you guys a good laugh tonight. I love you all, and thank you for joining me.